Good evening. How is everyone, each individual out there? I really hope today you learned a lot. Not only you learned a lot for yourself, you was able to show someone else what you learned at your workplace, out in public, at the grocery store, out paying your bills, at the restaurant. You was able to show each individual you came in contact with the way that you looked at them, you spoke to them, the words that you used, your phrases, your tone of voice, your mannerisms, your body language, the way that you greeted them. They was able to see the peace within your eyes, the peace within your smile, the way that you carried yourself. They know that it was real peace, because real peace people, you cannot fake it. Once God gives you this peace and you maintain it and you work on it daily, it shows from within. It radiates from within. So I really hope you're carrying this peace and asking God for this peace on a daily basis, so you can show others that God lives within you and God is also operating in you on a daily basis. As for myself, I'm still working. I'm still in motion. Like I always say, I'm a little tired. I worked out hard today, twice today, real hard. I went in hard today, so I'm a little drained. But you know what? That rest time for myself can wait, because the message is more important. So I'm going to do what God tells me to do. I'm going to be obedient and constantly bring these messages to the masses. I don't have these scriptures on cap, people, so please bear with me. It's going to be about a friend, a real true friend. So I'm about to read these Bible scriptures to y'all. Please bear with me. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17 brings out, a true friend shows love at all times, and is a brother who is born for times of distress. I'm going to say that once again. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17 brings out, a true friend shows love at all times, and is a brother who is born for times of distress. Alright? In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 19, verses 2 brings out, since Saul's son Jonathan was very fond of David, Jonathan told David, my father Saul wants to have you put to death. Please be on your guard in the morning and go to a secret place and remain hidden. I'm going to go back to Proverbs. Please bear with me. The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17 brings out, a true friend shows love at all times, and is born for a time of distress. Break that down to you. You know, we all need that helping hand at times, and some of us, more times than the other person. When you're going through something real strenuous, you might have had death in your family. You might have lost a job that you've been with for the last 20 years. You might have been laid off because the plant is about to go overseas or something like that. So it really caught you off guard. God forbid, you probably had death in your family. Been in a bad car wreck, God forbid, whatever the case may be. So you have this one true friend, man or woman that, when you call on this person in time of need, they're going to drop what they're doing and come to your aid, because they know when you call them, It ain't about no bull jive. It ain't about no playing around. They know that you're really going through it. You know, we all have different seasons that we have our really down times, and we have different seasons, each and every one that we have our up time. So this might be your down time, and your friend might be up at the time, and y'all real close. Whether y'all sandbox, childhood friends, or your relative, because your relative can only be your blood relative can be a friend too. It could be a coworker or someone you have encountered and you go fond of, and y'all became friends over time. So you call this individual, let them know what's going on with you, and they drop what they're doing and come to your aid. You know, hold your hand, and they're not really giving you a response. They're just there listening to you. Just their presence alone will let you know that they're there, they're sincere. They're here to help you, or there to help you at any time, when they can, and they'll sacrifice their personal time to come to your aid. And you're going to feel that in that time of distress, because God's going to allow you to feel that individual, not only presence, but their peace, their love, their availability. Most people don't do that these days. You know, they might hear you on the phone, you know, and then go right behind your back and tell your business. You feel me? Because some people want to see you down. That's the mindset of people living in these days. They don't want to see you up. They want to see you down. But a real true friend want to see you up. And when you're down, they're there to lift you up, pick you up, and help guide you back to a healthy mindset, because God is going to use that individual to do that. You know, so these are true friends. Are these the people I want you to rely on at certain times, but a true friend will be there for you at all times. You depend on them. Don't ever use that individual or take them for granted. Don't do that, because once you lose that individual, him or she, once God removed them out of your life, I'm telling you, it's going to break you now, because you won't have no one else you can call on, and they'll stop doing what they're doing to assist and aid you. People don't do that these days. Maybe back in the day, you still have some people like myself would do that, you know. But these days, last days and times we living in, man, people can care less about you. They know they're going to say that's your problem. You deal with it. But if you come across a real true friend, a God-fearing individual, they're not going to do that. They know how it is. They done been through what you've been. They done been through what you're going through, and so much more. So they're able to sit there and absorb that. I'm going to go back to 1 Samuel. In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 2 brings out, since Saul's son Jonathan was very fond of David, Jonathan told David, "My father Saul wants to have you put to death. Please be on your guard in the morning and go to a secret place and remain hidden." So I know a lot of y'all probably not aware with that biblical story about David, when he was going through at the time before he got anointed by God to become king. Saul was king, but David used to go on campaigns for Saul and be on the front line and winning the campaigns, going to war at times. I guess like the Philistines and all these different other nations at the time. And Saul became jealous of David, because the people used to, David used to come back from the campaigns, they'll say, well, Saul killed thousands, but David killed tens of thousands. So even though he was the king, you would think he would be happy for David, because David was serving him. He became jealous. He wanted to kill David. So David had to flee for his life. But guess what? Saul's son could have set David up, but he didn't. And he was younger than David. David was older than him. He came to David and told him, you need to go to a secret place Go hide yourself, because my father wants to kill you. He didn't set David up. He had so much love for David. They grew a bond with one another. They made a covenant with one another to never betray or forsake each other. That's real true friends. When you make a bond and a covenant with one another, saying in the eyes of God we'll never forsake and betray one another. Who does that these days? You have some people, very few that does that. Most people don't do that. So people, that's a lesson learned for us to go by and should want to live by. And think about it. Saul wasn't going to be king forever. So you would think his son John Nathan would say, bump David. You know what I mean? I don't care what happened to him because, you know, I'm next in line. But he already knew that God was going to anoint David to be next in line over king over Israel. So that goes to show you how much he had love for this man. He was more loyal to David than his own dad, the king. That goes to show you that's a, you know, man, that's deep. That's real spiritual. So people, when you come across an individual that had that much love for you, that's when they go against their own relative for you. That's love. That's a real true friend. That's bond. Please don't lose that, and don't take advantage of that individual. Because once you lose that, you ain't gonna find that in nobody else. You can search high and low. I'm a living example of that now. You're gonna search high and low. You're not gonna find that in no one else. You know? So never betray no one. Never go out your way to betray no one. Or talk about them. Or look down on them. Especially if that person comes and confiding in you. They don't have to do that. Once they assume or think or possibly think they know that you're their friend, don't go spread their business, nothing like that. Keep that between you and the individual. That's confidential. Because you never know when you need someone to confide in. And they turn their back on you. And you the same way that you did that individual, then you wouldn't know how it feels. So don't do that. You know what I mean? Be true to yourself. Once you're true to yourself, then you can be true and authentic with everything else outside of yourself. That's what makes you real. That's what makes you pure-hearted. And God will reward you for that in the long run. See, God is my real true friend. That's why I depend and rely on. You know, so many humans done turned me down in my past and present. I'm not mad, though. It was eye-opening for me. I don't hold, like I tell you, I don't hold no grudge, nothing like that. I just love them from afar. If they still need my help, I would do that. Yeah, I ain't that. But as far as you being in my presence or being up in my face, trying to play in my face, I don't play that. I don't get down like that. You know what I mean? So I enjoy my own company. I roll solo dolo. But y'all people take care. Enjoy this evening. Please go back over those scriptures in the book of Proverbs, chapter 17. Verse 17, I'm going to say it once again, the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17, and the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 2. I'm going to say it once again, the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 2. You know, I didn't know what I was going to bring forth tonight. You know, I wrestled with it in my mind, but I said, you know what, I prayed about it. I asked the Holy Spirit to, you know, bring it upon my heart, my mind, and that's what came. By being a friend. So be a real true friend. Once you're a real true friend to yourself, once you love yourself, then you can love each and everyone else that you come in contact with. But when you have that real true friend, don't take it for granted. Once you throw it away, you can search high and low of all these over the whole end of the globe. You're not gonna find that in no one else. I'm telling you, that's only once in a lifetime. Take care. Y'all take care. I love all y'all. Please take these words to heart. Peace.